Hey everyone, welcome to another project by Kelp and Fern and For the Trail, where we look into making trail running more affordable, environmental issues that face trail running and celebrating nature. This is the first in a mini-series that I'll be releasing throughout the year, where I try and bring the trail back into trail running. In this video, I'm out with George, celebrating nature and more specifically butterflies. So the concept for this is pretty simple. I just go for a trail run with someone who specialises in nature, wildlife, the landscapes or environments we move through, and then we just see what magic moments we encounter along the way. I hope you enjoy it.
So it's supposed to be a painted load a year, so these have all come in from, originally from Africa, maybe even like sub-Saharan Africa. They come all the way from south of the Sahara. And then these big ones that came in May, and then they've laid eggs on thistles. The caterpillars have already had another generation, and these are the offspring of the ones that are bred here, which tend to look a bit darker, so these are quite dark for painted ladies, and really fresh looking, because they probably just hatched out. So these will have been feeding on thistles in the UK. Then either these ones or the offspring of these ones, they might have another generation now, will go back south again in the autumn. So they don't have any kind of hibernation or anything, they just go wherever the weather's right for them. So they come up here in the summer and then go back south in the winter.
So a darker orange?
They're a darker orange if they're homebred normally, because even though it's been hot here, it's not as hot as it would be in Africa. Generally the warmer it is, the paler the colours. So the ones that come in the spring are often quite a bit paler than that. And then they're much more of a kind of mid-orange rather than that really pale orange. They're kind of a pinky orange, the ones that come in the spring, really pale. But yeah, there's been a lot around, and if you find a thistle patch, you usually find the caterpillars on it or where they've been feeding, and you find all the kind of leaves that are damaged and whatever. So yeah, really good painted load a year. So we've got a wall brown on the path there. So that one, you see those on the Pembrokeshire Coast Path quite a lot. They're quite common here, but actually overall in the UK, it's one of the fastest declining butterflies. Used to be really common kind of everywhere, but they've sort of retreated to the coasts, except in the northern England. In southern England, they've completely disappeared from inland areas, and in Wales as well. So they've become this kind of coastal butterfly now.
Not for a bit.
Much of the hemp agreement is really, you see all the butterflies on here. There's loads of painted ladies, got red admirals, there's some gatekeepers, there's a common blue over there somewhere. So this hemp agreement is really good, like late summer food plant when most other things are going over, because it's one of the last things to flower. And I think it's got quite deep roots, so it taps into the water and still got quite a lot of nectar in the flowers. There's a lot of things quite dried up. So that painted lady is a really pale one, small. That might be a fresh one that's come in from overseas, like it's a really hot, that little pale one there. But usually most of them are a lot bigger and darker than that. You see a common blue buzzing around down there. Oh, there's a grayling. So we're doing well here. So grayling's another, like a special species of the sort of coast path and things really. So they always rest in this kind of closed up position like that, so you can hardly see them. They kind of close right up and tuck their forewings in behind the hind wings, so like that. So you never see them open. So they look quite small, and then when you see them fly, they're quite a big butterfly. That's another, like the wall, really fast declining thing. Some rare stuff out there as well. There's a moth on Ramsey called dew moth that feeds on the caterpillars, feed on lichens on coastal rocks, and it's only found in Wales. It's pretty much only found there, and then a little bit on the mainland just nearby. But yeah, it's super rare, and I don't know why it's only just here. It's maybe something to do with the rock type is different, I think, and maybe you get different lichens or something like that. Because it's funny, it's not on like Scoma or anything like that. It's just on Ramsey. and then it's just got these weird red stems with no leaves. It's just parasitic. I see it on Dartmoor and things when I've been down there, but I don't see it at all. I've never seen it on Gower or anything where there's loads of gorse. I'm not sure if I've seen it in Pembrokeshire before, but it's weird stuff. So that you see the gorse is looking a little bit miserable in there. It's probably been having its nutrients sucked out of it by this parasite. Yeah, it's what things like yellow rattle does with grasses, and like broom rapes do it on other various plants and things. But it's actually just living on. It's like mistletoe living on a tree. It's purely parasitic, I think. So it does get. Even mistletoe has green leaves, so it does some of its own photosynthesis, whereas this doesn't do anything, I don't think. It just parasitises the gorse. So there's some more of it further on there. But yeah, it's not very common these days. It's apparently declined quite a bit, so it's nice to see it. So the butterflies really congregate where where the nectar is, and two, where it's a bit more sheltered as well. So if you get like a windy section, you find you don't see any for quite a while, and then you suddenly get to a sheltered bit and there's quite a lot. Yeah, that's a witch elm, which you don't normally see on the coast, but
no, you don't, do you?
So you might even get, I don't know if you get white-letter hairstreak as the butterfly, but it depends on those. It's probably getting a little bit late for those, but it'd be a good place to see them because they fly around the tops of the trees, and because you're looking down on them here, you'd see them just flitting around the treetops. They're very small and sort of dark butterfly, but we see them mainly sort of end of June into July, so they might be going over by now anyway. They make a little kind of, almost like a little nest where they make like a spinning. Oh, this is where they've been feeding. See all this kind of damage. They make a little kind of silken sort of chamber, and this is where they've been kind of eating the leaves, but they've all gone now, I think. So all those ones we're seeing as butterflies where they've been feeding on stuff like this. So they love the thistles. So some thistles where they've just kind of really destroyed them. There's not as many on here. And thistles are one of those classic things where it's like, you know, people see butterflies on the flowers, but you don't really think of that many things eating them. There's actually loads of things eat them. Yeah. They're really good food source, loads of moths and painted ladies and a few other things as well. Quite a lot of other insects. Lady's bedstraw there, the yellow one. It's normally quite a limestone sort of plant, so I thought Pembrokeshire might be a bit acid for it. There's lots of moths feed on that, it's caterpillars, so it's a good food plant.
Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future releases. Before you go, I'd just like to mention the big butterfly count. There's just under 2 weeks remaining, and on your next trail run you can get involved. All you've got to do is download the app before you go. On your run, just stop anywhere you want for 15 minutes, and you can do this as many times as you want over the next couple of weeks before it closes. You just stop, open up the app, and then you just make your observations. They're only looking for a specific few butterflies, so you don't have to know that much about it, but it's great to actually learn a few names and see what they look like. When you input that, the research goes out to the big butterfly count, and then they can use that for future releases and information, and then just it gives a really good picture of the landscape and what's happening for butterflies this year. Whilst you're waiting for the next For the Trail video, the next project video, if you subscribe to Kelp and Fern, this channel, I actually make full-length trail running documentaries. I've already got 18 of them on the channel. You can go ahead and watch them right now. And if this video has got you thinking about the environment or nature, you should definitely check out our very first project we released. That's called Fueling Shouldn't Cost the Earth. And I spent 6 months putting together a fueling guide about the cheapest ways you can fuel your trail runs, your road running, your ultra marathons, your mountain running, your cycling and other endurance activities. And there's over 30 suggestions on there, as well as DirtBags, which I spent the last two and a half years working on, which are the world's first purpose-made, reusable energy gel, chew and powder packets. So they're there to replace what we're using just once They cost a premium and then we're chucking them in the bin. So yeah, check those links out in the description. The Sustainable Fuel Guide and DirtBags, which are part of Project One, Fueling Shouldn't Cost the Earth. Yeah, thanks so much for sticking with us, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed this one. This is the first of the series, and I've got 5 more for the rest of the year. There'll be one coming out each year, and I'm really excited to share them all with you from different parts of nature and the landscapes we all love to run through and observe. So yeah, thanks again. Take care.